This new Hyundai will shock you. Not literally, of course, it's perfectly safe, but it'll shock you for two reasons. Firstly, it's the brand's first electric SUV, the Kona EV. But the second shock is the price. This little compact SUV starts at just under $60,000, and the top spec model will set you back nearly $65,000, making it the most expensive Hyundai you can buy. So, can its high-tech, zero-emissions powertrain help justify the price? Well, let's find out.
Hyundai is offering two specifications of the Kona EV. The Elite is priced from $59,990 plus on-road costs, while the better-equipped Highlander will set you back $64,490. Even with all that extra technology, that's a lot of money for the brand's smallest SUV. But Hyundai is making a big push with alternative fuels, so it sees the value of bringing the Kona Electric to market, even if it isn't going to be a big seller. It's actually the second electric model from the brand after the Ioniq that launched late last year. While that car is much more affordable, starting at just $44,490, it features the brand's first generation EV powertrain. The Kona, on the other hand, has Hyundai's latest and greatest technology. That means a range of almost 450 kilometers. That almost doubles what the Ioniq offers. It also has a number of visual changes for both technical reasons and to make sure it stands out next to the petrol-powered Kona. These include a new front end with a closed grille that hides the charging plug, aerodynamically tuned 17-inch alloy wheels, and a new rear bumper. Inside, there are more changes to give the Kona EV a unique look and feel and help justify that cost increase. The most notable is the bridge console that houses the shift-by-wire gear selector buttons, but also creates more small item storage space. Under the bonnet, in place of the regular Kona's petrol engine, is an electric motor capable of producing 150 kilowatts of power and 395 newton meters of torque. The 64 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery helps achieve a claimed range of 449 kilometers, which in the real world is not unrealistic if you manage it correctly. Such a long range and powerful battery does mean long charging times though. Hyundai claims it takes more than 9 hours to replenish it using a 240 volt outlet. But if you have access to a 100 kilowatt fast charger, you can cut that down to a 0 to 80% charge in just 54 minutes.
So putting aside the question of price, what is the Kona EV like to drive? Well, as we've come to expect from electric cars, it has that kind of easygoing but real punchy performance. You just put your foot down, there's this gentle hum from beneath the bonnet, but the speed builds quickly. One feature I really like about the Kona is that it has these little paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and they allow you to manipulate the regenerative braking levels on the move. So I'm cruising along on an open road now, I want to just dial that right off so the car can just keep rolling. But when I get to a curvy a bit, or particularly around town, you can play with the paddles to give you more regeneration. So I'm not even touching the brake pedal, just by rolling through you can feel the deceleration as the engine recovers that energy to charge the battery. It's a clever feature. It seems a little strange at first that it has paddle shifters, given, it has no transmission as such. But I think it actually really adds to the driving nature of this car. It really allows you to maximize, the electric powertrain. So I think it's a really clever feature and something that owners will really learn to manipulate to really extract the best from the car. As for how it handles, well, it may have sporty performance, but it's by no means a sporty car. Obviously, it's a compact SUV. It's not supposed to be, but it is heavier, obviously. It's carrying a big battery. So while it's mounted down low, the handling's good for what it is. It's it's on par with the Kona. It gets the more sophisticated multi-link rear end suspension, but it does feel, yes, bigger and heavier than a regular compact SUV. But around town, it's an easy car to navigate the streets, and that's really where it's going to be in its element. Not so much on these open roads we've tackled today, but in the urban grind, it'll feel right at home. Obviously, Hyundai isn't expecting the Kona EV to be a big sales hit. Expectations are modest, and supply is actually quite restricted given the popularity of EVs in other countries around the world. But this little SUV does make a very big statement about Hyundai's intent to be at the head of the curve as we move into an electrified future. And what price can you really put on that?